So, well, I see some folks filing in. So thank you all for attending today for our customer engagement office hours. And thank you to our hosts, Dylan and Chad. With that, Dylan, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, really appreciate everyone for getting on today. So I hope everyone's having a great week and excited to kind of run through email marketing today, incorporating AI and kind of, just some of the nuances that come with email marketing in today's, kind of age and how we can help you optimize how you're engaging with your audiences. So my name is Dylan, and this is Chad. I'll let Chad introduce himself in 1 second as well. But our agenda today is basically to help you optimize your email marketing, right? Help you optimize that performance within the next year. I know everyone's thinking about the next year as well as the holiday season. So hopefully some of what we talk about today can help you guys engage your audiences a little bit better, a little bit more personalized, really honing in on the pain points of your customers and driving that personalization. So kind of like I said, me and Chad will be kind of hosting this today. I'll take you through a few slides that are going to, kind of give you an understanding of MoEngage, how we might be able to help you, and then also just how you can, like I said, optimize that email marketing. But I'll let Chad kind of introduce himself as well, as he'll be taking you through the demo at one point.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Chad Conwell. I'm a solutions consultant here at MoEngage. My role primarily is to work with customers and brands to understand some of the challenges that accompany their marketing objectives, and then pair some of those challenges with the platform's capabilities through the usage of demonstration support. So we have an exciting demo planned for you all today, and looking forward to getting into it. But until we get to the demo, I'm gonna stay quiet and toss it back over to Dylan.
Awesome, thank you guys. So I'm kind of on the enterprise growth team over here. So like I said, I'll be able to kind of walk you through the platform a little bit, give you an understanding of how MoEngage helps similar companies with similar problems. So I'll get kind of going. So as a whole, in case you don't know MoEngage, we're an insights-led customer engagement platform. So what that means is, we use analytics to kind of drive personalization. So we basically allow you to create this 360-degree view of, your profile, your customers within our platform, using third-party data, using data that we collect via our SDKs, and then using that to kind of personalize across channels. Today, specifically, the channel we're going to be talking about is email marketing. However, MoEngage as a whole, we do, optimize other channels as well. We help you with SMS, mobile channels, as well as web channels as well. But again, like I said, we'll be talking about email marketing today and how you can optimize that specific channel. And we'll show you a little bit of AI as well. I know that's a big topic the past few years, obviously, with generative AI and all of these different, multifaceted ways of using AI. And we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into, how we're able to do that today. So just from a kind of MoEngage standpoint, though, we're about 10 years old. We raised about 180 million over the past few years. And in some of the reports, you can kind of see, earlier this year, we were named strong performer in the Forrester Wave cross-channel marketing wave, as well as we were the highest rated in the Peer Insights for G2, for Gartner, sorry. And some of the, companies that we help, there's a vast array of industries that we work with. So we work with retail, finance, audio streaming. So we work with companies like AudioMac, Citibank, McAfee, JPMC. So please feel free within the chat to ask as many questions as possible if you need to, whether it's about companies we work with or just, problems we're helping solve. So a few of the top use cases that we see for email marketing, which is, across different industries. So, obviously the welcome and onboarding journey is a big one. That's really where, these customers start their journey with you, right? So helping you optimize that journey, helping you kind of get them onboarded as quick as possible, helping you, optimize that registration process. A lot of people aren't meaning to not register or, onboard. They're just simply forgetful. I mean, we're humans at the end of the day, right? So even just a little bit of a nudge, something, kind of alerting them that, hey, you haven't registered. Other ones, obviously, in the retail and QSR and other spaces as cart abandonment, right? Those are kind of low hanging fruits, I feel like, so just kind of helping you engage your customers and trying to get them to just complete that purchase that they wanted to in the first place. Again, forgetfulness, right? Sometimes. Next best product recommendation is kind of one of our AI components as well. So we can kind of help you optimize how you're recommending certain products to different users, including promotional offers and sales, time sensitive alerts. So, for example, OTP pin resets, we can kind of send those to your customers and make sure that they have that information within under 5 seconds is how quick we deliver those. So a few main challenges that we've seen today for email campaign performance is sending and scale, right? So triggering emails based on customers' behavior. I think back in the day, it was kind of that batch and blast mentality, but today you have to really hone in on who your users are. That batch and blast mentality is just going straight to spam, or it's just not getting opened because no one cares about irrelevant offers. You send irrelevant offers, it kind of upsets people sometimes too, because it's kind of like, hey, if you don't know me, why should I purchase from you, right? So helping you understand your customers a little bit better, triggering these emails based on customer behavior, and then kind of using different data and different time zones also to get really granular on how you're engaging your users. One massive component, as we all know, is insights and reporting, right? You're really only good as the reports that you get from those campaigns, because that's what you're going to be using to drive personalization in the future. So MoEngage gives you the ability to kind of action insights. So within our analytics and our reporting, we give you the ability to create segments right out of those behavioral reports. And our campaign and reporting gets very granular. It gives you understanding of kind of the revenue you're generating from these customers, which A/B tests are working, which AI tests are working. So helping you kind of strategize when it comes to that reporting and those testing capabilities as well. And last, but not least, connected experiences, right? I think a lot of times you're using an ESP, and then you're using 7 different types of technology, right, that aren't really connecting with each other. MoEngage allows you to centralize that within our platform and give you that 360-degree view of your customer. Because at the end of the day, that's the most important, is that profile, that ability to really personalize these experiences for the individual. We consider ourselves one-to-one marketing, not, like I talked about, not that batch and blast, but every time we can send a campaign, we want it to be as if we're just speaking with the customer itself. And so kind of like I was, talking about engaging, kind of on the right channel at the right time, right, using that AI. But this allows you to kind of create what we call flows. So I think every platform has this customer journey orchestration tool, and ours is called Flows, which allows you to basically create audiences and then engage them within this customer journey, driving them down paths that are going to allow them to adopt the platform a little bit better and hit your conversion goals. And then, like I talked about, the reporting component is massive, right? You want to know exactly, which users are converting on, on which channel, or which users are converting on, different content that you're testing across emails, right? So, like I said, using that A/B testing to, create different variants and help drive users down, the winning variant. And this actually reporting allows you to understand each variant by itself and which one is performing better. It gives you that revenue performance, and basically gives you all of the reporting necessary to drive personalization and engage your users in a way that makes them feel like it's meaningful, basically creating meaningful experiences with them. And then again, going back to AI, I think it's a hot topic in today's age, and I think sometimes it's a little bit scary. But at the end of the day, the way we kind of incorporate AI is, it's not the backbone to MoEngage, right? But it's something that you can kind of toggle on and off and use at your discretion, right? I know it can be scary sometimes, but we don't think of AI as the end all be all, right? We think of it as a way to optimize these journeys and optimize these email campaigns. And then once you optimize them, letting people, your marketers, kind of maybe tweak it a little bit, edit it so it comes off a little bit more personalized. So we use it as a complementary tool, but we give you the capabilities through AI to deliver the right content, using AI A/B testing to kind of deliver the right content, the right time. Each person has a different time that they're more receptive to messages. So kind of discovering that and using our kind of tool to really drive personalization at scale at the right time with the right message, to the right user. So that's kind of how we incorporate AI a little bit, especially when it comes to email marketing. So with that, I hope that was a little bit enlightening. This will be more enlightening with Chad. But yeah, again, feel free to kind of ask questions throughout the demo. But for now, I will pass it to Chad. I'm not kidding. There we go. I think you're muted.
I was muted. Can you all see my screen? Should be the demo agenda. All right, thank you, Dylan. All right, cool. So these are the three topics that we're going to be touching on throughout the demo, but there's going to be a couple foundational components that we're going to touch on before getting into these use cases themselves. And I think really the first component that we feel is important to understand and touch on from a platform perspective within MoEngage is a user profile. The user profile is going to be the basis for the personalization efforts that we're going to be using when conducting flows or creating email campaigns. And so what we have visibility into here is Olivia Brown's profile. Now, Olivia Brown's profile starts to tell a story in regards to the types of participation in campaigns that she's had, how she's reachable, et cetera. And so we can start to see, Olivia resides in New York, New York. She was first seen in October. She has a lifetime value of just over $1,000. We can see how many conversions she's had. And we can also see that Olivia really likes the content that we're sending her. She has gone ahead and raised her hand and said, feel free to contact me on my Apple device. Feel free to send me emails, text messages, and I'll even accept messages through WhatsApp. And so it gives us quick visibility into where she's reachable. And as we continue to scroll down, we can track some standard attributes on Olivia's profile, but as well as custom attributes. So the custom attributes are truly custom. It's completely up to you and how and what you want to track on your user population. And it's really important to incorporate the custom attributes because this is really going to be the way in which we are able to create those personalized experiences within email by simply being able to access any of these attributes that we're tracking on an individual's profile to use for those different campaigns that we're going to be sending. Now, Dylan had touched on some AI, and this is where we're taking a look at some predictive insights that get generated through Sherpa. The first thing that you'll notice is we can start to understand when the best time to send a particular individual user a message. So in this example, Olivia prefers to get push notifications in the morning and prefers to receive SMS communications, in the evening, right? So we're able to then tailor the campaigns to those preferences that we know that Olivia has. And all of this data is based on when she's engaging with those channels that we're sending her communication through. In addition to that, we have some visibility into the prediction quality and whether or not Olivia, in this example, has a propensity to engage with our notifications. Does she have a propensity to go dormant or uninstall? Has a low propensity to go dormant or uninstall, which means she's relatively engaged with our content. So that's great to see. And then as we continue to scroll down here, we also can manage the subscription categories on a user's behalf as well. So that, again, we're ensuring that we're only sending communications that are relevant to these individuals. Now, this is where we're tracking information on Olivia from an attribute perspective, but it's also important to note that we can also track the activity info on a user as well. So we can start to understand, did they add information to the cart? Have they abandoned their cart? What products are they viewing? What communication have we sent, et cetera. Now, as we continue to move forward, we're viewing this all within, just Olivia's profile. And so how do I start to create audiences that I want to take action on from an email perspective? And that is where we can start to transition into the ability to start to create segments. Now, from a segmentation standpoint, if we start to think about an example here, I wanted to take a look at, show me the individuals that are a loyalty member that is true. right? I want to segment the users who have a loyalty membership with us. That is based on a property, but we can also say, I not only want to see the individuals that are loyalty members, but who are our active loyalty members, right? Who are those individuals that are redeeming our loyalty points? We can also add attributes. So are they redeeming loyalty points through their mobile app, for example? Or maybe I want to say, show me the individuals who on average are updating their loyalty points and redeeming them with at least 25 points, that have at least 25 loyalty points, right? So it allows us to segment users on their attributes as well as their behaviors, but even being able to take it a step further and incorporating some aggregation that we can start to take a look at. And in addition to that, we also can start to segment on an affinity. So of the individuals that are redeeming or earning loyalty points, maybe in this example, individuals that are redeeming loyalty points, I want to understand who are the individuals that are predominantly redeeming loyalty points on a mobile device versus a desktop, or who are the individuals that are redeeming those loyalty points, let's say on Friday and Saturday nights, right? So again, allows us to be very personalized, very deliberate with the individuals that we want to target, and then we can start to take action on them through the platform itself. Now, maybe I want to add these individuals to an email campaign. I think this is maybe a good segue into starting to take a look at where we can start to incorporate flows, where now I want to create an onboarding flow. So let's say the individuals that have signed up are going to now enter this flow. Maybe they've signed up for loyalty points, or they've signed up for a subscription. At this point, we can also start to incorporate goals as well. So I not only want to send communication to individuals who have signed up or who have become loyalty members, I also want to try and get them to take some sort of action. So maybe the first action that I want them to take is to install our app. And maybe another action that I want them to take is to make a purchase with us. And so once we've stipulated these goals, what I can start to do is say, okay, you've signed up. I want to send a welcome email to you. Now, from an email creation standpoint, you can create the email directly within the email builder within the flow itself, or you can simply access a campaign that's already been created so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. Emails can be created through the HTML editor. You can create them through saved templates. We can also import email templates through an API. So if you do have content management systems and things of that nature, you can certainly bring in those previously created emails into MoEngage and make changes as you see fit. Now, what we're starting to take a look at is, okay, we've sent an email. Now maybe I want to start to take some action. So at anywhere within the flow, I can click a plus node, and it's going to give me an opportunity to select a variety of different actions, conditions, or controls. And so maybe I want to take a look at, sending them a text message. But before I do so, maybe I want to check some conditions. Maybe I want to check and see, have they actually clicked on the welcome series email? If they have not clicked on the email, I can then start to incorporate some artificial intelligence through some different actions here. And the action I want to take is a next best action, right? If we remember looking at Olivia Brown's profile, we can start to see some of the preferences that Olivia Brown has, not just from a timing perspective, but also we can start to understand an individual's preferred channel. And so with next best action, based on the engagements that we've sent, we're gathering data, and we're starting to understand, Dylan prefers a push notification, Chad prefers an email, and then maybe Jake prefers an SMS message, right? And so again, I can edit these, I can add and incorporate any of those campaigns directly into the platform. But going back to our story, we know that we want to create two conversion events, right? We want to see if they've made a purchase, and we also want to try to get them to download the app. So not just check to see if they've clicked on the email. If they have clicked on the email, I want to see if they've done an event, and I want to stipulate that event being did the user install the app, right? So I can name the stage, check to see if they've installed the app. If they have, if they have installed the app, that's great. If they have not installed the app, what next step do I want them to take, right? If they have installed the app at this point, maybe I want to send them a push notification, and then I can continue to go down this flow. Maybe I then want to check another action. Did they complete a purchase, etc. So again, a lot of control at your fingertips from a flow perspective, and incorporating a variety of different campaigns and channels. But let's say that I've checked the analytics on our flow and of our campaign performance, and I'll show you an example of what some of the analytics and performance metrics can look like. But maybe let's say I decided that at this point, I want to start to incorporate some A/B testing. I want to actually test our welcome series, and maybe I want to create multiple welcome series email communications. And in this example with an A/B split, what I've done is I can actually control the user distribution manually by simply stipulating the percentage of users that I want to go down each individual branch. Or I can allow Sherpa and artificial intelligence to stipulate the performance or the distribution of each branch based on a metric that I want to be maximized. So in this example, we have in our flow, the conversion goals that we stipulated. We want apps downloaded, and we want a purchase to be made. And so I will actually want to maximize conversions and engagement. In this example, once I've hit done here, at this point, I can now start to incorporate additional welcome series email campaigns. And then again, I can always go back and check to see the performance of each of these campaigns. So with that, I think this is maybe a good opportunity for us to now start to take a look at some of the analytics that can accompany your flows, as well as your individual email campaigns themselves. And so this is an example flow where we have incorporated intelligent path optimization, and we can start to understand, again, what is the user distribution? How many individuals are currently in a particular node of the flow? Where have they dropped off? How many have exited without any conversion events? So again, we can start to understand at a step-by-step process, how are our flows performing based on the goals that we've stipulated and set for each of these different campaigns. So you can also visualize those stats, and we can also visualize these stats at a particular individual user trip journey. So if I wanted to take a look at an individual where they're getting maybe bogged down in the flow, I can simply enter their email address or their ID here. That's from a flow perspective, but maybe I also want to take a look at the analytics of an email campaign that we've sent. So I can view the analytics through 3 different windows: the view through, the click through, or the in-session attribution. I can select the date range I want to visualize the data, as well as the occurrences, unique or total. It's going to provide me with visibility into the sends, opens, clicks, bounces, complaints, etc. But MoEngage will also automatically remove the machine open, so that we can take this data and know that it's actually meaningful information and not just machines opening our emails. Now, earlier in the flow, where we took a look at a conversion event where we were measuring to see if an individual has made a purchase, we can also attribute revenue associated to that purchase as well. And what that'll start to do is provide us with campaign revenue, average order value, and revenue per converted user. So again, we can actually take a look at the revenue metrics associated with each of these individual email campaigns. I can also take a look at the variation split and the performance by variation on a particular email. And then as I continue to scroll down, I can visualize the delivery stats and metrics, even being able to see the total sends after frequency cap removal, and then the totals here, the total counts with the relevant metrics that I want to visualize. In addition to, I can visualize the email copy of each variation. And as I scroll down, we can also track the click-through rates for each of the variations as well. Now, one of the other components that a lot of brands appreciate about MoEngage is not just looking at the performance of the email campaigns, being able to create flows in all these different email campaigns, but also being able to analyze the data a step further from an analytical standpoint. And so behavior reports and funnel analysis are 2 very common examples that we see. And so maybe I want to take a look at an abandoned cart funnel. And so in this example, I can start to take a look at of the individuals who've come to our website, how many of them are viewing a product, how many of them are adding a product to their cart, and ultimately how many are making a successful transaction. Of the individuals that are not making a successful transaction, I can actually click into any of these metrics within the funnel, and I can actually start to automate some processes with this information. So the individuals that are dropping off, I can add them to a dynamic segment. And when I'm adding them to the dynamic segment, I can also take action on them and automate some of my email processes by dropping them into an abandoned cart email campaign, for example. Another very common example is a behavior analysis. So I'm going to take a look at of the individuals that are coming to our website, how many of them are making a purchase or making an order. And so really what I want are these two lines to start to converge. So I really want more people that are coming to the site transacting with us. Now I can start to get this data much more granularly as well. So from an app website perspective, or maybe order successful, maybe a good example here is a specific product, right? Of the individuals that are coming to our site, are they purchasing a particular product, for example? And then lastly, any of these, behavior analysis funnels, any of these analytics that you're creating, you also will always have the ability to pin them to a dashboard for quick visibility. And so I've got an email analytics dashboard that I've created where I'm going to take a look at my open trends over a period of time. What are my opens versus clicks, opens by country, for example. And then we looked at an abandoned cart email funnel, but in this example, we're looking at an email funnel where of the cents delivered, opens, and clicks. What does that drop off, and what does that start to take a look at? What does that look like? And so with that really concludes what I had planned for the demo. I could see that there are a couple questions coming in. Dylan, do you want me to go ahead and take some of those, or did you already review them?
Yeah, so I'll just take the one in regard to Merlin versus Sherpa, and then if you would just want to kind of take the total opens, including machine opens, that works.
Sure.
Cool. So to just kind of address your question, Hope, in regard to kind of Merlin versus Sherpa. So Merlin is more of our generative AI. So that's going to allow you to, optimize subject lines, optimize content. And a lot of that is due to correlating factors between, for example, subject lines you've used in the past or keywords you've used in the past. And we'll actually give you kind of a, let's say, negative 50% open rate or something. It'll basically give you percentages that allow you to understand what is negatively or positively correlating to open rates and click-through rates. So Merlin allows you to kind of optimize that, the content wise and the subject lines, and Chad can kind of maybe answer a little bit better as well. But in terms of Sherpa is going to be kind of within flows and other kind of time optimization. So that's going to allow you to kind of optimize for time, optimize for kind of customer journeys, using AI to, for example, one of our factors is an intelligent path optimizer, which actually uses machine learning to drive users down each path and kind of lets you know which path is performing the best. I don't know if Chad, you can kind of answer a little bit better as well.
Yeah, I think you did a good job. I think primarily Merlin is going to be more generative AI based from a content perspective, and then Sherpa is more behavior based. So things like predictions and intelligent path optimization and things of that nature. So yeah, I think that you were pretty spot on there, Dylan.
Cool. And then last question before we kind of end this, if you just want to answer Hope's question about can you see the total open?
I believe so. I can confirm and follow up. I know that there's a lot of data that we're gathering in the back end. So let me take that one as a follow-up and we can reach back out.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you for everyone's questions. Really appreciate everyone jumping on today. Please feel free to reach out to either of us. And yeah, it was exciting kind of walking through this. I know a lot of this is kind of new age stuff. So, really exciting to kind of talk this through. So thank you, everyone.